Pleasant good afternoon to you, everyone. Welcome inside University Arena here on the campus of Western Michigan University here for this Class D volleyball semifinal between the Leland Lady Comets and the Tigers of Battle Creek St. Philip, the defending champions here in Class D. So glad you're with us here on the Michigan High School Sports Network. I'm Ben Holden. My broadcast partner today is Tim Berkey. And Tim, you know this Battle Creek St. Philip club virtually inside and out. Give everybody out there the scoop on this team, the Tigers.
Well, I tell you what, Ben, I've had an opportunity to work with these kids now a couple of times, and they have just so much firepower. It's unbelievable. And taking nothing away from Leland whatsoever, but they're going to have to play their match of their lives to defeat this very tough Tiger club.
Well, Leland got here in the quarterfinals. They defeated Pellston from up in their neck of the woods. Of course, Leland up along the Grand Traverse Bay, Lake Michigan shoreline area. Pellston up near Petoskey, 15-9, 15-3 with the scores. Battle Creek St. Philip. Now, on the other hand, Tim, as you get a look at the Tigers, they had a little bit rougher road. Ottawa Lake Whiteford, they lost game 1, 11-15, won game 2, 15-8, and game 3, 15-11. Is that indicative of the way they played, or is Ottawa Lake Whiteford that good of a team?
I think it's a combination of those two, Ben. Ottawa Lake Whiteford is a very solid team, very solid offensive team as well. I mean, they can really pound the ball. But what happened, I believe, in the St. Philip match was St. Philip defeated their arch enemy, Adrian Lenawee Christian, last Saturday in the regional finals. Not only beat them, but destroyed them. Beat them 15-6, and then jumped out to a 13-0 lead in the second game before they fell asleep a little bit. I think the final score ended up like 15-8, something like that. But that score was really not indicative of how that match went. They blew Adrian Lenawee Christian off the floor. I have to believe they suffered from a bit of a letdown playing a team from Ottawa Lake Whiteford that they had never seen before.
Well, this Battle Creek St. Philip program, as you get a look at the Lady Comets, Battle Creek St. Philip, as I mentioned, the defending Class D champions, and they have won all but one title since 1992 in Class D. And the team you just mentioned, Adrian Lenawee Christian, won in 96. So St. Philip, as you look at the Tigers there, lined up, as we get the team introduced here, a dominating program. What makes their program so successful, Tim?
Oh, it's just a love of volleyball, simple as that. Those kids play volleyball from the time they're in third grade. They're playing volleyball. I've had an opportunity to coach many of their kids in my own program. I mean, from as long ago as 1987, I've worked with some of these St. Phil kids, and they just love volleyball. It is their sport that they love to play. You go down to Texas, and you're going to find those kids playing football all the time. You come to Battle Creek St. Philip, they're playing volleyball. As simple as that.
Well, the Lady Comets there of Leland, they come into this one at 35-12 with 9 ties. They're coached by Lori Glass in her 6th year, and oddly enough, Lori Glass was a member of the 1978 championship team that was produced by Leland. She also played in 1979 when Leland lost to Battle Creek St. Philip.
Yeah, you got a couple of state champions running these teams because, as many of you may know or may not know, Coach Sheila Guerra retired last year, the longtime head coach of St. Phil. Her daughter, Vicky, is now the head coach. Vicky, of course, was a state champion way back in the mid-'80s with St. Philip. So you got a couple of people who know what it's like to handle this pressure. You only have one team, though, that knows what it's like to play on this floor. Leland has never been here before. St. Phil has been here many times. They expect to win. Leland, you might wonder, are they happy just to be here in Kalamazoo?
Starters have been introduced. The teams will meet at center court here at University Arena. Ben Holden and Tim Berkey here on the Michigan High School Sports Television Network. Hope you're enjoying the start of this one, as we are, and we're anticipating a good one. Of course, the winner in this one will face the Mendon Hornets, who took care of Auburn Hills Oakland Christian in 3 games. And
wow, what an exciting that match
was,
huh?
No question about it. Leland there, dressed in the purple tops and black shorts. Battle Creek St. Philip. There's Lori Glass, their head coach there. You got a glimpse of her. Battle Creek St. Philip will be in the black tops and the black shorts. Feel like a boxer announcer here. There's Lori Glass, head coach at Leland, in her 6th year. 135, 72, and 39 is her record. Leland trying to get back to the finals for the first time since '86. Now, Tim, Leland has had Bit of a drought here in Class D, but it's been dominated, as we touched on, by this St. Philip program. And we'll see if they can continue their dominance here in their quest for a back-to-back title here in 1998.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is the experience factor. The last time Leland was here, these kids were in kindergarten or preschool, so they have no idea what it's like to play at this level yet. I want to point out something interesting. Watch this first server here. This is Kelly Fitzgerald for St. Philip. She serves off of the wrong foot. She serves with her right foot forward, and yet she is the most consistent server on the St. Philip team. I have not seen her miss a serve. I hope I don't jinx her by saying that. But watch her right foot slide forward as she hits it.
Sounds like something I'd do off the wrong foot. Whatever works, though, huh? Leland.
That's right. Go ahead. Ball's attacked out of bounds for a quick point for the Tigers. You're just amazed by watching Fitzgerald here. You look at her form and you say, my gosh, I got to fix that. But you know what? I haven't seen her miss a serve all year.
Leland, down one. Early goings, out of bounds in the back. I believe it went off of Fitzgerald. And the Comets with the side out down 1-0. Shannon Price will serve it up. Tigers attacking early. Comets work it to that left side. Put across there by Jenny Biggs. The set, left side. Biggs again will try it one more time. Tigers throw it into the middle, and they catch him napping a bit back there.
A great heads-up play by center Mariana Santarem. She's an exchange student all the way from Brazil. Watch her just dump the ball over on two here. Catches them totally off guard. She showed up here about Christmas time, and she's been running the show since shortly after that.
Blocked at the net right there by the Tigers. Kathleen Stibe got it. Look out. Tigers send one long. That was Porter, Claretta Porter.
Yeah, Claretta just
showing her leaping ability. Yeah. My.
She's a marvelous hitter. She's fun to watch. She's fun to work with. She just got a little bit underneath that ball.
Tied at 1 here. And now, brief pause in the action. Referees were getting set. Leland serving, put over by Alyssa Pash. Porter, hot shot to the back.
A lift call on Pash.
We are tied at 1. Both of these teams with conference championships in their respective conferences this season. Leland puts one long down the right sideline. They were both 6-0 in their conferences. (2-1). Tigers in front. They keep it alive. Porter over the head, sends it across.
The Porter step in and set there. Both whacked into the antenna though.
Right up on it was Kimberly Coleman, number 10.
Fans at home may or may not know that antenna is out of bounds. Anything that even touches it causes the ball to become dead.
Porter, hot shot there on the attack. Oh, looked like she tried to palm that one, and it never got over the net.
Yeah. She did everything she was supposed to do, with the exception of one thing. She did not get her hands on top of the net. Her hands were about 4 inches behind the net. She had to reach out into the plane of the net. Then when she pushes it down, it'll be on the right side.
Tie score, 2-2. Kimberly Coleman. Back for Leland, set to serve. There she is. Sends it over. They set off the back set there for Rogers. Rather Starring, beg your pardon. Starring tries it again. Dug in the back by Pash. Go to Starring one more time. Pash is there again. Porter's going to get a try. And that one.
Boy, Leland digging lips back there. Everything is St. Phil's hitting's coming right back at him right now.
Porter up again. Leland keeping it alive. Tigers down with a great dig.
By Stibe in the back row.
And finally, Leland puts an end to it as they take a 1-point lead at 3-2.
We talked about what does Leland need to do to win this game. They're doing it right now. They're serving the ball tough, and they're also digging everything. Illegal contact lift called against Leland there. If they're going to win this match, that's what they got to do. They got to serve tough, and they got to play great defense, and they're doing that right now in the first 5 points.
Porter had the serve. Miscommunication. Look out. Incoming over at the scoring table.
Had that been the second hit, I'd have played it, Ben, but
yeah.
Third hit, I had no chance.
Monitor was in your way, wasn't it? That ties the game at 3. Here in game 1 of this Class D semifinal. Battle Creek St. Philip Tigers serving. That's Porter. Over to the Comets of Leland. Blocked at the net. Double teamed right there as Starring and Fitzgerald were there.
You know, you look at them, they just don't look like a gigantic team, but they are all about the same height all the way around, 5'8", 5'9", and they all jump very well. Tough team to hit against because they block double on everything.
Pash kept it alive, number 8 for the Comets. They set for Fitzgerald. Great dig in the back row right there by Pash. Beautiful job by Alyssa Pash. Fitzgerald blocked, kept alive though. They set the left side. Touched at the net by Fitzgerald. Now they set Starring. Oh, hot shot out of bounds.
Oh my.
Oh.
Whitney Starring's having enough of this missed Pash in the back row digging the ball. I'm going to go line this time. Pash is digging everything in the back row, middle back.
5-3 Tigers. Porter, nice job with the right hand to keep it alive. Coleman had the set. It was blocked though as Salerno tried to kill it.
How big is that dig by Claretta Porter to keep the ball in play?
Yep.
Then they win the rally on an Amy Green and Kelly Fitzgerald block. Watch them reach over the net and just totally dominate that ball.
And Porter sends one long.
We noticed that a lot in the semifinal match, Ben, with players serving the ball long. They're just not used to this big gymnasium.
And everything just, I'm sure, seems bigger here.
You think you have more room, but it's the same 60 feet.
Right.
Best thing I can do as a coach is I tell my kids, just take an extra 2 steps backwards. Hit the ball further than you think you need to.
Set by Coleman. They go over with it.
Leland's having a little trouble getting their front line set, but got away with it there.
Pash, who's been active in that back row, blocked on that far side. At least they were up there. Santarem was over there, number 4. Tigers serving, up 7-3. And they get another one.
Now here's the thing, Ben, about playing a dominant team like St. Philip. If we go to a timeout here, you think you're playing pretty well. You know, you feel like you're playing St. Philip pretty even here, and you look up and you're down 8-3. That's how good that St. Philip team is over there. You cannot afford to play them even. You just got to flat out dominate them.
Right now, that's just not happening for this Leland team as they've run into a machine.
Well, the things that they were doing early was digging the ball and passing it to the center and getting good runs at the ball. They're not doing that now. And St. Philip is a team that can make you look silly in a big hurry. They have so many offensive weapons, and you have two players that can stick the ball like Claretta Porter and Whitney Starring, and then Kelly Fitzgerald controlling the middle with her blocking. They make short work of a lot of teams.
Kept alive. Beautiful job by Santarem. Porter, back set, Santarem. Fitzgerald over, can't get to it as the Comets were diving. Biggs couldn't play it. They just seem to make it look so methodical, don't they, the Tigers?
They are very mechanical, not mechanical, but well schooled, let's put it that way.
Yep.
They know their positions and they play them well. I had an opportunity to, like I said, consult with these guys a couple of times this year, and that was the thing they asked me to come in and work with, was their defense. Offensively, they don't need any help. They got all the firepower they need.
What was it that was giving them problems early on, I guess?
I think, you know what it really was? I don't think it was so much defense as it was playing together as a team, and that's what I told them. I said I didn't see a lot of team camaraderie out there, and I didn't see a lot of love for the game. And you watch them now, and they've improved that so much. They get excited now when they score points. It's not a job anymore. This is fun for them. They're playing volleyball as a team and having fun.
Fitzgerald, that's fun. Oh.
If we can get a replay of this, watch her footwork. Her footwork is backwards again. This is one of those things that the coaches say, I want to fix that, but she keeps burying the ball. Don't fix it. It ain't broke.
Right. Served by Starring. Left side Pash. Up there was Santarem and Fitzgerald. Sent over. Starring.
A great dig by Starring.
And that one go about 30 feet in the air.
They don't give up free balls. Okay, they do not give up free balls if they can help it at all.
That one put over by Shannon Price and off of Starring, out of bounds.
If they're going to beat St. Phil, that's exactly where they have to attack them, into that deep corner. Okay, watch where she hits the ball all the way back there in the corner, and Starring got caught too far in that time.
10-3 with the Comets serving.
Look at that.
Santarem.
Even a tough pass there that turned into a kill.
What a shot.
Katie Stibe, instead of free balling the ball over, jumps up and pushes it deep into the corner. Even if Leland digs that ball, the chance of them digging it right to their center and running a play out of it, almost nil.
Yep.
A little confusion on the St. Phil side. They're not sure whose serve it is, but now Fitzgerald heads back.
She will put it in play with her team up 10-3. Front row, they set, Pash, got it down, over Porter.
Porter was just a little bit late going up. Pash made a nice run at the ball and hit an angle. Porter got up late that time, that's why the ball tooled off her hands before she could extend over the net.
Price serves one up. Porter near side, into the antenna. Point for Leland.
Well, see, that's a mental mistake by Claretta Porter right there, trying to hit the ball line instead of just winding up and blasting away. She's got to realize athletically, she's one of the superior athletes in this state. Just hit the ball. Don't worry about going line so much.
There she is. Nice job to get up to block that by Coleman. Number 10, Price. Tried to go over, and Porter just stuck the hands up and knocked it down. There she is, number 7.
This is what we refer to as a down ball, Ben. Not a free ball, but a down ball. What you do is you give your middle blocker free rein to decide whether she wants to jump up and block the ball or not. And that time, Porter made a good read.
Pash tried the kill. She's blocked by Stibe. Her counterpart wearing number 8, Santarem. Sets Porter. Pash got a piece of it. They got to go over with it. Nice job right there by Biggs on the third hit. Porter tries it again. Out of bounds, near side. 10-5.
Floretta's Porter struggling a little bit, Ben, but you want to know something impressive about this young lady? She's playing middle hitter. She's 5'7".
Wow.
That gives you an indication of what kind of an athlete she is.
Yep. As that serve.
Another great serve by Alyssa Pash.
Yep. Hot to handle, out of bounds. Now it's 10-5. So 2 straight points here by Leland. Out of bounds, make it 3, 10-6.
A quick timeout by Coach Vicky Brote. Remember, as we opened up, Ben, the things we said that Leland needs to do to win this match. Got to serve tough. They got to pass the ball. Well, they've gone back to that now. 3 quick serves in a row.
Tigers there, saw them huddled up. In 47 games this year, 15 defeats. They're ahead 10-6 in game one here of this match. And the Class D semifinals, the winner to take on Mendon in Saturday's final.
If St. Philip has any weakness, it's in their ability to put teams away at the end. They tend to get a little complacent when they get a big lead.
Look out! Leland making a run. As Starring dove to get it, couldn't get it.
You see that four-man receive right there. A little confusion over who wants to take the ball.
Porter had that one deflect out of bounds, and now it's 10-8.
Now that was a great serve by Alyssa Pash for two reasons. One, it was in the court. Two, it was deep in the court. She's hit the last two serves short. Everybody's saying, move up, move up. They all move up, and she hits it deep and just fooled Cloretta Porter.
We talked just a minute ago about St. Philip maybe being a bit complacent. We touched on that in their quarterfinal game with, looked like they maybe at least number-wise struggled. Comets keep it alive. Sent over the net by Salerno. Porter with a hot shot, handled nicely. Biggs with a dig. Santarem sets Porter, there she goes.
That violation though against Porter.
And the Tigers starting to crumble a bit. It's 10-9. 6 straight points.
That was the ball Cloretta Porter probably shouldn't have hit. It was just too tight to handle. She'd been better off just trying to push it through the block. The 20/20 hindsight, you know.
Coleman setting on the left side. That one long as Salerno tried to put it down in the back row. Side out, St. Philip.
Now here's a big serve for St. Philip. They've got to stop the bleeding right now.
Stibe serving it up. Coleman sets Salerno. Santarem for Starring.
Ball was touched. Give Starring a big kill.
You made that one from over here, 20 feet away. Lead is back to 2, 11-9 in favor of St. Philip. Salerno.
Leland's starting to do the things that they don't need to do right now. They got to keep the ball in play. They made 2 or 3 attack errors out of the last 4 points.
They don't want to get without of their game plan. They need to play within themselves.
Well, that ball was attacked out of bounds because it was outside of the antenna. That gives St. Philip a quick 13-9 lead and a timeout for Leland.
So after the Comets had reeled off 6 straight points, now the Tigers have reeled off 3 of their own to make it a 4-point game. Here in game 1. Salerno there with the errant shot.
And again, the fans at home might have been thinking, you know, that ball was in because it hit the line. It did hit the line, but it came outside the antenna. And that antenna, the ball has to stay inside of it the whole way.
The antenna is the ruler, so to speak, on that determination. Fitzgerald dug it out of the back. Santarem sets Porter, kept alive by Coleman. Over to Salerno, into the back, Fitzgerald. Porter now for Starring. She'll just send one harmlessly over the net. Salerno got up. Porter got a piece of it. Santarem put it over the net. Coleman into the net. Can't lift it up.
Santarem.
Wow.
And you notice she had to stay on her feet to play that ball over because she is a back row player right now. She could not reach up and attack that ball. Watch her here. She barely got it, you know, over the net by staying below the level of the top of the net. We got first game point.
Yep, game point. Coleman for Salerno. Block! Oh, in the net.
Great set by Kimberly Coleman that time. Yep. She fooled the middle blocker of St. Phil, but they thought she was going to dump the ball over. The middle blocker jumped with her, and she set it outside to a you know, one-on-one blocking situation. Great set by Coleman. Keeps the Leland team alive here in game 1.
14-9, Starring on the attack. Coleman back setting. Biggs into the net though. Side out. St. Philip their second try here at game point in game 1. Porter to serve it. Coleman for Salerno. Dug by Santarem. Put over by Starring. Coleman.
Oh, there's nobody home.
Miscommunication there, yeah. Out of bounds. Game 1 goes to St. Philip.
Now, what you got to guard for here, if you're Coach Laurie Glass from Leland, your team just played the best team in the state in Class D, played them pretty well, and yet still ended up losing the game 15-9. She's got to find a way to make them avoid that letdown here, you know, because that's very easy to do. When you play a great team well and still lose, it's very easy to let down and say, well, we gave it our all, gang, you know. She's got to find a way to get her team fired back up. But it's not as though they played without mistakes that time. They made enough mental mistakes that she has something to build on. She can say, look, if we don't do that and we don't do that, instead we do these two things, we can win this game, we can win this match.
There's Leland. You just saw just a second ago the decisive point here. The ball hit out of bounds by Salerno, and that
was one of those plays there.
Allowed the Tigers to take game 1.
Excuse me, that was one of those plays on the end of game 1 right there, where the players on Leland were still caught back in their defensive rotation. None of them had a chance to jump into their hitting positions, and the setter did not realize that. Set a beautiful ball to the outside, but unfortunately no one was home. You see former head coach Sheila Guerra there pulling off Claretta Porter, saying, look, you know you played not one of your best games. I know you played not one of your best games, but the team still won the game. That's right. What matters. Right? It's a team game. You just keep being Claretta, keep swinging your arm. It's going to come.
Lady Comets there of Leland know what they're up against. St. Philip, I'm sure, without a doubt, would like to put this one away right here in game 2.
You know, the one player I think really deserves some recognition here on St. Philip that probably never gets any, number 6 out there in the middle of the floor. I don't know if we can get a camera shot of her, but her name is Amy Green. Amy Green single-handedly was one of the stars of the show last week in that regional against Adrian Lenawee Christian when they annihilated that tough team from Adrian. She defensively picked up everything that was hit her way. She's also opposite Mariana Santarem, so every time Mariana passes the first ball, Amy Green has to be the one to step in and set the ball, and she does that very well, too.
Of course, the Tigers beat Adrian Lenawee Christian 15-6 and 15-8 in that regional final that Tim was talking about. Here we go, game 2 here at University Arena in Kalamazoo between Leland. Set to serve, that's Price. Into the front, Santarem setting Fitzgerald. Dug by the Tigers, or rather the Comets, I beg your pardon.
There's our girl Amy Green right there I was just talking about, makes the big dig.
Nice play. Coleman throws one over her head. Price sends it over. Porter.
You don't want to give a free ball up like that to St. Phil.
Look out.
Come back just like that. Oh, great dig by Price.
Dig.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh.
What a great dig by Price in the back row, and it just, unfortunately, ball got set again. Nobody ready to hit the ball for Leland. They've got to fix that.
Especially when you get plays like that.
Yeah.
Boy, that hurts.
That hurts as a back row player. Here, look at him. She picks up the ball. Ball is set, and unfortunately, just a little too tight.
Biggs keeps it alive.
There's another free ball.
Sent over by Pash. The Brazilian Santarem setting on the left side.
And that'll be 4 hits.
Yep.
Katie Stibe with the kill that time.
And the first point here of game 2 goes to the Tigers of St. Philip. Coleman sets Pash. Good dig off the arm. Oh, Fitzgerald took one up high, and Santarem couldn't keep it alive.
I guarantee you for most of their season, Leland is not used to seeing that ball coming back up. That was a great run out of the middle. Now Captain Katie Stive coming over to talk with referee Evie Langlands, asking for a towel to wipe the floor down with. And usually there's a couple towels tied to the net, and unfortunately that's not the case right now. There's a big wet spot on the floor where Kelly Fitzgerald's leg slipped out from under him.
Yep.
Under her when she tried to make that last dig. So Santarem says, I'll take care of this with my knee pads. Let's just play volleyball.
Nothing like mopping the floor the hard way.
That's what you ask out of your setter. You know, they do everything. That's why I never wear knee pads. I don't get asked to do that.
1-0 early here in game 2. St. Philip 15-9 in game 1. Santarem sets. Stive over with it. Salerno kept alive by Stive. Green can't get to it though.
There was that play I was talking about in game 1 there, Ben. The corner person has to stay very deep for St. Philip. And that time she got it caught a little bit in. The ball was going to be in, so she had to play, but it was way above her body.
So Leland on the board. As we had incoming leather our way. Katie Stive was right over and looked at you like you should have played it.
Yeah, I think she expected me to pass that ball. I guess she's heard enough of me yelling at her.
Porter blocked at the net. Biggs got up there to get it.
Big block
Jenny
by
Biggs.
Jenny Biggs and Kimberly Coleman. You remember back in that first semifinal, we talked about the importance of blocking 2 blockers on the outside at all times. And I really believe that came back to haunt that team from Oakland's Christian. You see Leland throwing 2 blockers out there on Claretta Porter that time.
There she is, Porter. Got that one down.
Porter says not that time.
Side out, Tigers.
The goal of a blocker, by the way, Ben, is not to block the ball back over the net. The goal of the blocker is to touch every ball. If you can just touch every ball, some of them are going to fall down for points and some of them are going to tip up so your back row has an easy pass. Just touch every ball as a blocker. That's a real good touch right there.
Porter, no doubt about it. I was going to say there.
And then, yeah, like I said, the amazing thing is she's 5'7".
Yep.
And she's blocking middle like she's 6'2".
I'd like to know her vertical jump. It's got to be phenomenal.
Well, you're going to get a chance to see a lot more of her. I know you live in the Detroit area. She's going over to Oakland University to play next year.
Okay.
There's Amy Green playing great defense again. Santarem throws it deep into the corner.
Yep. Here's Salerno. Out of bounds. Tigers touched it.
She got a touch off that call there, though, so it's going to be side out.
So the Comets, here's a look at it, Tim. Salerno. That one touched up at the front. And now the Tigers, they're asking to the left of your screen, what number touched it? You can hear Stive. Yep. They didn't think they touched it.
I don't really believe they did touch the ball, but again, it was a good call by the official, the linesperson, because he was right there and he called it immediately.
Yep.
So whether or not they touch it or not, there's a lift call.
Porter got handcuffed there. And it's a point for Leland, 4-2. They lead.
Now Leland's just got to stay calm and keep playing that same game. Keep serving tough.
Back set by Santarem for Stive. Oh, wow. That was a hot shot off of Price. Side out, St. Philip.
That's clearly the biggest right side hit I've seen out of Katie Stive this year. I've seen her attack the ball that hard on the left side, but never from the right side. That was just a fabulous hit to watch her just bang the ball down the line. Price was there, but the ball was just too hot for her to handle.
Tigers serve it up. Salerno or Santarem.
No, Santarem has to pass the first ball.
Oh!
So Amy Green steps into set. And again, that's where I said she has shined this year. She's become the great second pair of hands. Santarem knows that she can play good defense because Amy Green's going to be there for her.
A solid team player for this Tiger squad.
Truly the unsung hero of this team is Amy Green.
You seem to always have one of those on a championship caliber program. Biggs.
There she is again. Santarem playing defense. Amy Green coming
there
over on
she is.
2.
Yep. Down with it. Right in front. Tied at 4.
It's kind of funny, everything I've said today, Ben. Every time I praise a player, she messes up. This time it finally worked out. I praise a player, she does well. defense.
Yep. Into the net at any rate.
And I know it's easier said than done, Ben, but Leland has to keep the ball in play. On the good sets, take a rip at it. On the poor sets, get the ball deep into the corner, force a tough pass out of St. Phil.
Here's Salerno. Had some mustard on that one.
We got a net violation against St. Philip here.
So it's side out Leland. They trail by 1, 5-4 here in this Class D semifinal here at Western Michigan University. Dug by Biggs. Coleman sets one. Robo put it down. She's been relatively quiet.
Yes, she has.
And she gets into the scoring act here to tie the game.
But she's also a 5'7" middle blocker, middle hitter. But she's playing against two of the best middle blockers in all of Class D.
Beautiful dig by Biggs there off the attack by Starring. Oh my goodness, Stein kept it alive. And Green put it over. Long by Salerno. Oh, what a flurry.
If we can get a replay of that. Katie Stive out of nowhere came flying off the court to keep that ball alive.
Tied at 5. Porter sent it over. Back set Salerno. Got it down. Side out Leland.
You know, I gotta like the Salerno kid, this Mary Salerno. She's made quite a few hitting errors, and yet that has not stopped her from swinging her arm. A lot of kids at this level, they come into a match like this and they make 2 or 3 hitting errors. They're gonna start tipping the ball the rest of the day. She's just swinging, swinging, swinging. I gotta like that attitude.
Back set by Santarem. Blocked though. The Starring tried it. Green. Nice play to put it on the far side. Oh, she's sharp.
You know, and Amy Green lost her starting setting position when Mariana Santarem came here from Brazil. A lot of kids would have shut down. He got a back row blocker. It's a great call by, great play by Kelly Fitzgerald. The setter coming out of the back row for Leland. As soon as she goes above the net and touches the ball, she becomes a blocker. That is illegal. So Kelly Fitzgerald, just by pushing the ball down into her, gets a point for her team. What a heads-up play by the young kid Fitzgerald.
Tigers up 6-5.
And Fitzgerald again right there.
Yep. Santarem was up with her.
And catches the ball. She's everywhere.
By Fitzgerald.
She gets the kill.
They set forward.
Boom.
She does.
Oh, my.
Woo. Oh, what a sequence by Fitzgerald and Santarem. They worked perfectly there.
You look at Fitzgerald and you look at her footwork and you say, well, I look at her. She's backwards, left, right, and yet she just puts every ball down. She blocks well. She's a smart kid. She can pass. Other than that, I don't see much in her.
Price missed it. And the Tigers starting to inch.
Look at the restraint by
away.
Look at the restraint by Fitzgerald and Santarem. They both wanted to jump up and block that ball, but they realized it hadn't been attacked yet by Leland. They pulled their hands back in time to make sure that they didn't get an over the net violation.
Green throws one up and sends it over. Rogers, number 2, played it to Price.
There's Amy Green stepping in again to set the ball.
Dug by Biggs.
That means so much to a setter for Santarem, knowing that she can play defense, and Green's going to be right there.
Yep.
Kelly Fitzgerald got called for a line violation right there. As she dug the ball, her right foot went clearly over the center line, and down referee umpire Fusako Hines was right there to call her on. A good call.
Side out Leland. Robel serving.
Ooh, a tight set.
Yep. Starring. Nice job to stay on her side of the court.
Yeah, you don't want to give up that free ball, though. Don't give up a free ball to St. Phil.
Blocked by Pash. She took on Fitzgerald, and a great job in the back row by Earl Bell. But it's Tigers' ball on the side out.
See, that's where St. Phil gets you. You're looking Fitzgerald. You're thinking Fitzgerald and Porter all the time, and then Starring and Stibe.
That one.
Bonus attack just long.
Just. I mean, just. Whoa.
St. Phil got caught because there wasn't a thing they could do about it, even if it wasn't long.
9-5. Tigers The 4-point lead. Pash off the back set. Put it away.
There's a net violation by Fitzgerald there. One of the few things she's done wrong this game. Big middle hit by Leland.
Price. Played by Fitzgerald. There's Santarem. Up was Pash. Oh, what a beautiful headsy play right there by Alyssa Pash.
That's exactly what I was talking about. The goal of a blocker. Touch the ball, because good things happen. She touched it, it went straight up. She went up and gave a little pokey back over the net. Got a point out of it.
Lead is down to 3, 9-6. Played by Salerno in the back. Sent over by Pash. Might be the biggest player on the floor for Leland. Dug nicely by Price. Porter and Santarem will just throw it over.
Good defense by Rogers that time.
Biggs got it over. They're going to set Fitzgerald. Here she goes. Got it. Side out Tigers.
I think Kelly Fitzgerald has figured something about that Leland defense. They are a little bit weak to respond to balls that are tipped to the right side, so she didn't tip it. She just kind of reached up and poked it over the blocker. She gave it about a 50% arm swing there. Watch her. She just touches it to the right. Little heavy, you know, cut shot.
(9-6). St. Philip out in front. Blocked. Santarem and Porter up that time.
That's a tough set. That's just way too tight against that big block of Porter and Santarem. You've got to set the ball 4 or 5 feet off the net. Otherwise, those two blockers are going to eat it up.
10-6. Tigers serving. It's Fitzgerald back there.
This is the biggest point. I'll tell you right now, Ben, this is the biggest point of the match. If they get off this 10 spot right here,
they're going home.
It's going to be very tough. It's going to be very tough.
Pash can't get it. And there's that point.
That 11th point is a psychological advantage that if you can get off that number 10, 15 seems a lot closer from 11 than it does 10. I know it's only 1 point, but psychologically it's huge.
See if the Tigers can finish. However,
what did I tell you? Kelly Fitzgerald hasn't missed a serve all year long.
Salerno.
I've seen her.
Salerno is back there with Roble, and I think they both thought that was going to go out. They just let it go.
She doesn't hit the ball 5 miles an hour. Watch it. It's just going to die at the end. It does. It just dies.
Yep.
Here it comes, straight down.
Played by Price. Blocked by Porter as she challenged the much shorter Rogers. She won the battle.
I'm sorry, Ben. This is where the leadership of St. Phil has to take over. This is where they have been complacent right here, thinking the match is over. They have got to say right now if they're going to win this match.
They need
take
to.
Nothing for granted.
Rogers back set for Pash. Santarem setting on the far side for Steib. They're going to try it again. This time, Porter. Played by Salerno. Porter got it down. Dug. Oh, nice by Rogers.
Oh,
but it's going to go long.
What a great dig by Rogers.
Here we go.
Match point and timeout, Leland.
Timeout, 14-6, St. Philip.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker right there. Kathleen Rogers goes down and plays the ball out of the net. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see it on replay here. Here we go. Steib goes up and hits. Good defensive cup by St. Phil. Here's where Rogers takes the ball out of the net, and unfortunately it's banged out of bounds. But Kelly Fitzgerald, if you're going to hand the ball to any one player at match point, who could you pick? This is the one I'd pick right here.
Match point, Fitzgerald serving.
She goes right back into that same 5 corner.
Porter up, dug by Santarem, but she was on the line.
The only part that can go over that center line is your hand and your foot, and I think her wrist actually hit over that time. Great hustle by Mariana Santarem.
Fitzgerald in the back. Santarem will set Porter. Oh my goodness, she blasted it on Robo, but she dug it.
That's all she called it. Yeah, the lift call, that's a good call. That's a good call. I thought that would have been 4 hits, but she said the ball was touched on the block there.
14-7. Serving there was Bash.
Boy, that ball had big feet. It barely caught the net on the way over. And I was just going to say, on the Leland side, if there was one player I could hand the ball to, that would be Pash, because she served very tough today. Had a very bad breakdown. I mean, the ball barely grazed the net on the way by.
Here's Rogers. They need it. Salerno.
Oh, somebody's in the net big time.
Back over, out of bounds. Off of Leland. And Battle Creek St. Philip is back where I guess, Tim, they belong in the finals with a 2-game sweep.
And you have to believe, Ben, just the pure experience of that Battle Creek St. Philip team, having been here so many times, these kids expect to play in the finals at Kalamazoo every year. So this is not, I won't say it's not exciting for them, but they can handle that kind of pressure.
15-9 in game 1. The Tigers won. Game 2, 15-7. Here's game point, Tim.
Yeah, here's game point. Let's see if we can pick up who was in the net here. I'm not sure if it was on the attacking side or the blocking side, but you see the net just shaking real bad here at the end. No, it was the attacker. Look, you see, you're looking at the referee saying, "Did you catch me?"
Salerno.
It was Salerno.
Yep.
Hey, you gotta like this. So look at the Leland team. If we can get a camera shot of the Leland team out in the middle of the floor right now. They are cheering for their fans, saying thank you very much for driving all the way down here and supporting us. That's a long 3.5-hour drive down to Kalamazoo from Leland. And they had a big contingent that followed them down here today. Took a lot of time off of work and off of school. I don't imagine there's a whole lot of people in school today in Leland.
I wouldn't think so. They're all here. They came to support their Comets, but they lose to the defending state champions from Battle Creek St. Philip there, and the Tigers of St. Philip going back to their 2nd straight final. They have been there for all but 3 this decade, this 1998. They're back again. They win this one against Leland in 2 games, 15-9 and 15-7, and they will face Mendon in the championship game.
Well, what an exciting match that'll be. These two teams are not 30 miles from each other, so they have seen each other a couple times in invitational tournaments. It's going to be a very exciting match tomorrow morning to see Mendon and St. Phil flashing very similar teams, both big blasters out of the middle. It's going to be interesting to see which one wins that battle.
Well, that's going to do it here for our broadcast here in the Class D semifinal. For our crew and for Tim Berkey for joining me today, this is Ben Holden saying so long for now.